Are you into cars and racing, especially endurance racing? If you are and want to see the ins and outs of a 24-hour race driven by drivers with wildly varied experience levels, along with the ups and downs of an endurance race, then stick around. Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. You find me today in Portimão, and as I might have already said, I'm going to do my first race. Actually, it's my first race overall and it's my first 24-hour race, which is going to be interesting. We're going to be racing C1s. It is the C1 Cup. I decided to record this video as much as possible to show you what it's like to drive a 24-hour race, and just to see the overall environment, if I have fun, if I don't have fun. I'm actually super excited for this, and I think it's going to be great fun actually. The conditions they're not ideal. It has been raining and there's been some fog, but let's see how it goes, and I hope you enjoy this video. You join us on the first day of this whole experience, making our way to Algarve. It's roughly a 300-kilometer journey from Lisbon, which took us about 2.5 hours. Our first stop was a nice little restaurant with actually quite delicious food, where we met with some of the other drivers and crew. With our stomachs full, we then picked up 2 motorhomes, which were used as assistance vehicles for drivers to change and, if needed, nap a bit. We then headed to the race circuit to pick our credentials up. A nifty little thing is that the last stretch of road towards the track when you turn off the motorway is really cool to drive, as if you're already warming up to race. With the credentials in our hands, the crew had to wait a bit more to gain access to the paddock, so Pedro and I went to the race resort to check into our rooms. Check-in and our room tour done, we headed back to the track to check on the progress of setting everything up. Yes, it's a little C1 race, but PP Motorsport did not skimp on anything logistics related. With everything being taken care of by the crew, it was now time to head to our restaurant, where we met all of the drivers, getting to know everyone and sharing our love for cars and motorsport. I got off bed at 6:40 in the morning, but I actually woke up a bit earlier, seeing as I was super excited for race day. We then went to breakfast at 7:15 so that we could get ready on time. It's a 3 or 4 minute trip from the hotel to the track, and we got there by 8:15. When we got there, the crew was already setting everything up and making sure the cars were ready for the practice runs, which were planned to start at 9 o'clock. Our team's other car hit the track at 10:05 in the morning, and I went shortly after, being the first to drive my car, if I remember correctly. Let me tell you, it was super slippery. The combination of the tires supplied by the organization, the rear negative camber, and the wet track made it quite a handful, and laps were well above 3 minutes and 10 seconds per lap. The team then decided to remove the washers that were giving us that negative camber. Now this is the part where I must admit that I screwed up badly. I set up the camera for another driver and forgot to check if it was in automatic mode. And it wasn't, so that's why the footage is super blown out, and I did not check it when I removed the camera. I do apologize for this rookie mistake. To further make things worse, the inspectors did not allow me to use suction cups for qualifying and the race, so inboard footage is non-existent. With that said, I'm using the only bits of usable footage with Pedro driving during practice time. By 1:30 practice was done and it was time to get the car ready for qualifying and the safety checks by the inspectors and for the drivers to eat some lunch. Qualifying was set to start at 3 o'clock, 1 hour before the race start. With qualifying well underway, that's when problems started. Our team had only one car on track, the car that I'm actually driving. The other car had developed some problem where it wouldn't start or it wouldn't keep the engine running. Our team mechanics scrambled to diagnose the issue and it came back to fuel. They immediately replaced the fuel rail and injectors, thinking that the issue was solved.
Dá, João, dá. Dá.
Fortunately, the car started, but it immediately started dying right after entering the pit lane. They had no choice but to bring it around for further checks. However, they were quite suspicious that it could be the fuel pump failing, so they got a new one to install. With the car back in the box, the team quickly replaced the fuel pump and tried starting the car again. Unfortunately, the issue still persisted and they tried diagnosing it some more. In the meantime, the other cars were getting ready to line up on the grid to start the race, so the clock wasn't on our side. That's when someone mentioned that they noticed water in the fuel tank when they opened it. They quickly checked the fuel can where they poured the fuel from, and there it was, filled with water. The tank had petrol as well as water in it, and the team was pretty convinced that that was the issue with the car, not the fuel pump as they were thinking. They quickly drained all of the fuel, poured some fresh fuel from another source and got the car started again. It was now just a matter of putting everything back together, making sure that all was good. With the efforts of the team, they managed to get the car started just in time for the race. The car started from the pit lane when the last car drove by. What an amazing effort from everyone running against the clock to get this issue sorted. Luckily, only one of the cars was fueled with a bad barrel.
Sim, vai para a linha de... Vai ser aguentar lá 10 minutinhos, mas sim, vai para a partida.
And with both cars now racing, we went back to our box to adjust strategy and to decide when we would box. Initially, we were going to do 1 hour stints, but we then decided to do 1.5 hour stints to maximize pit stops in time. The car needed to be turned off with no driver inside to be refueled, and no more than 3 people could be working on the car at any point in time. All I had to do now was wait for my time to drive and hope that everything went well with the car and the other drivers. So it's currently 11:13. We've been racing for around 6 hours now. I've driven once for 1.5 hours and it was really fun actually. The track is actually completely dry, so my times have been much better now. I think I did 2.41, that was my best time. And our team is in, it ranges because of pit stops, but we were 2nd place, now we are 4th place, but we have done more pit stops. So, overall it's being really, really fun. I'm just a bit upset that I'm not able to record inside footage. I'm going to see if I can actually put a camera on my helmet when it starts to get early. And I'm going to drive again at either 2 or 3 in the morning, and then I'll get some sleep. But yeah, just decided to update you on how this is going. This pit stop was done at roughly 11 o'clock, and you're seeing the guys rotate tires, refueling and changing driver. Everyone was doing their best to make sure the cars got to the finish line. In the morning. Let's get some sleep. Good morning, everyone. I just returned from getting some sleep. It's currently 9:25 in the morning. And so the sequence was already established, but one of the pilots, he must have fell asleep, so he didn't come. So we had to change the order. I'm going to drive a little bit earlier than expected. And yeah, we are currently sitting in 4th place still, but there's still a lot to be decided. We still have, I don't know, I can't math, but 8 hours or 10 hours to drive. And there are still pits to do, so we might still have a chance to position better, to rank better actually. And yeah, that's it. Just a quick update. I'm going to be driving in 40 minutes or 30 minutes, getting some much needed apricot. Interesting. Getting some much needed energy, as I didn't sleep all that much. And yeah, I'll keep you posted. It's now roughly 9:45 and the other car from our team pits to change driver and to refuel. I was scheduled to drive at roughly 10:20, so I had still plenty of time, but for some reason they decided to bring our car to the pits and I wasn't fully dressed, nor did I have my boots with me. So I was running all over the paddock, getting ready, and that's why you see me run into my car. Luckily I was able to get inside before the mandatory pit duration ended. So, doing another update for you. We have 3 hours to go still from the 24 hours. Our team, I've done all my driving, I drove 3 times, and our team right now, they are in 4th place. A few minutes ago they were in 3rd place, and now they're in 4th. I'm not entirely sure why, but we changed drivers, so we had a pit stop. Maybe that's why. Our team, it has 2 cars. My car is in 4th place, and the other car is in 3rd place actually. A little summary, it's been really fun. Our car is a rented car, it's not in perfect condition. The engine, you can feel that the engine is getting a little bit weaker as well. But overall, we were able to keep a good pace. One of the drivers had some issues during the night because there's no lighting on the racetrack, so you have just these light bars and cars with their high beams on. It's really tough to see sometimes at night when you have 2 cars behind you just dazzling you. With that said, it's really a lot of fun. It's real racing. The cars, they are a bit weak, but I mean, it is good fun, and the team spirit is also very good. Bear in mind, I am driving. I also have 4 other drivers, and the whole team, they are very synchronized. The pit stops, the engineers, everyone is very in sync to make this whole operation work, which is incredible. It's endurance racing. It is my first time racing actually, and it's endurance racing, which is, I mean, you also need to be coordinated in sprint racing, but I think endurance racing, the sheer amount of hours that you are driving and people need to be awake, it does take a toll. I hope we can get a podium, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's it for this little update. Now, with 2 hours left on the clock, our car is ranked 3rd place and the other car 4th place. No issues occurred during the whole race, which is a real treat. What we then noticed was that at the current pace, mathematically we would not be able to hold 3rd place, as the other car of our team would be overtaking us eventually. With 10 minutes left on the clock, both cars were right behind each other and the inevitable happened. We were overtaken by the other car in our team. And just like that, we had finished a 24-hour race in 4th place in our category and the other car from our team in 3rd place. Bear in mind that our car had only one driver with endurance racing experience and the remaining 4, including myself, it was our first time racing an endurance race. Nonetheless, we were super happy that our team managed to score a podium even if it wasn't with our car. My final thoughts are these. This race was a last-minute invite that I got, and I'm so happy that I got to experience this. As I said, this was my first real race ever, and to be a 24-hour race made it a very special experience. Something that I also enjoyed tremendously was the overall vibe with the whole team, crew and drivers. Everyone was there to help, everyone had something to share and to learn, and also Pedro and his team at PP Motorsport did a terrific job putting this whole show together, with all the comforts one could expect, lovely catering and even a physical therapist in case someone needed. The team spirit was through the roof, and I can safely say everyone thoroughly enjoyed their time in sharing this moment. This was really an outstanding experience and I hope I can do it again soon. This was my little vlog style video of my first ever race, an endurance race. And if you've enjoyed it, do consider subscribing and liking this video. I hope to see you again very soon.